Welcome to this cooking class on how to make our traditional German Spätzle. For this you will need 200 grams of all-purpose flour or also spelt flour, both is possible, 2 eggs, 100 milliliters of water and some salt. That's it, no more ingredients needed. First, crack the eggs into a bowl and whisk them thoroughly. Next, add the flour and combine everything with a whisk. It will get tougher to stir as you go, but putting in the elbow grease now really pays off. Once the mixture becomes too thick to whisk, pour in the water and keep beating the dough. I would recommend you beat the ingredients for at least another 5 minutes to allow the gluten to develop properly, and this also ensures your dough is completely lump-free. Keep mixing until the dough starts to form bubbles. Now add the salt and keep mixing it all together. Now you have two options for shaping your Spätzle. Let's start with option number 1. For this method, we'll use a grater. Our workstation is set up as follows: a pot of gently boiling water, a bowl filled with cold water, and a plate lined with a clean kitchen towel. Place the Spätzle grater over the pot and pour the dough into the small hopper. Now, slide the hopper up and down the grater so the small pieces of dough drop directly into the boiling water below. This specific type of Spätzle is called Knöpfle, which translates to little buttons. You'll notice the cooked Spätzle will start floating to the top. Sometimes they stick to the bottom of the pot, so it's a good idea to give them a gentle stir. Once all the Spätzle are floating on the surface, carefully skim them out and transfer them into the bowl of cold water. Repeat this process until all your dough is cooked. Finally, remove the Spätzle from the cold water and place them on the plate to drain. If you don't want to buy a Spätzle grater, your second option is hand scraping, known as Spätzle-Schaben. First, dip a wooden board into the boiling water. Make sure the board is completely flat. Next, place a portion of the dough onto the board. Spread the dough thin using a knife. The dough needs to be nice and flat on the board. Now, starting at the front edge, scrape the dough in small portions directly off the board and into the water. The thinner you scrape them, the more delicate your Spätzle will be. But practice makes perfect, and even thick Spätzle taste great. Once you've scraped off the front half of the dough, push the remaining dough forward. Flatten it and continue scraping it into the water, portion by portion. This is the traditional method, but it requires a bit of experience and a gentle touch. It's well worth practicing this process a few times. You will definitely get better with it. Trust me, I've tried. Just like with the Knöpfle, wait until they float to the top, skim them out and plunge them into the cold water. Then let them drain on the plate. Repeat this entire process until all your dough is used up again. Again, remember to spread the dough nice, smooth and thin before scraping it off piece by piece. My recommendation is to make a large batch of dough and process it in stages. Any leftovers can easily be packed into freezer bags and frozen in portions. When you're ready to eat, simply reheat the Spätzle by pan frying them. Melt a little bit of ghee in a pan, toss in the Spätzle and fry them for 2 to 3 minutes until they get beautifully buttery. Finally, serve them hot with your favorite side dish. They pair wonderfully with goulash, pot roast, pesto Christmas duck, or the traditional Swabian style Spätzle with lentils and Wiener sausages. And now enjoy! Guten Appetit from One Stop German Shop.